Yesterday, we were talking about a story for Lisa Lanier's docket. She's our official attorney of this program. She'll be with us on Friday, as usual. The story was about a man who had had his penis tattooed in Brazil and was told after the fact, don't have sex for at least 15 days. He said, I can't. There's no way I can.
I can't. I got to have it every day.
I got to have it.
He's a British DJ. And
he's polyamorous. He's in his early 30s.
I can't tell you how much that guy bothered me the rest of the day yesterday. Like, what a blowhard, just a-hole.
He's a DJ.
I'm a polygamist. I have many relationships. I got to do the dirty with these girls constantly. Shut up.
Yeah.
May not even bring it up with her. Because it's like,
right.
What can he get out of that? I mean, it's 15 days.
Zero.
But he did say that during the healing process, he's had less sensitivity in his penis and his entire groin area. Good news. Rusty, our fact checker, says, and you want to talk about fact checking. He always, anytime you say anything wrong, Rusty's immediately right on it. He says, do not worry about bringing up the tattooed junk story to Lisa Lanier's docket on Friday. You've discussed a similar story July 7th, 2017. All right.
For real?
That's what he says.
Jeez.
You want to talk about keeping records.
That is
on this
deep.
Stuff. That's He says, I'm a dimmer for a reason. I go back, I look. That's it. Thoroughness. He's thoughtful and thorough. So he knows that we did it on July 7th, 2017. And I wrote him back and said, are you sure we weren't on vacation July 7th, 2017? He said, no, you took the last week of June that year. All right.
Wow. Dear Lord.
Scary.
I guess my question remains, though, and we brought it up, 7 years ago. I'll bring it up again. What do you put on there?
Oh, on the
shaft?
On the penis, on the shaft.
On the tip?
I told a great joke, but I can't redo it. There's no way to get inside that magic again. You remember Shorty's. You put down Shorty's, but when you become aroused, it's Shorty's Delicatessen and Oyster Bar, Manhattan, New York. It's a big joke. It's really, I mean, when I told it yesterday.
You had to be there.
Everybody loved it yesterday. Retail Roundup. Here's what Tropicana did that has cost them, I say, millions of dollars, more than $30 million. Their profits are down 20% since June, Tropicana. They changed the shape of their bottle. They used to have a bottle, Tropicana orange juice. It was carafe shaped. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I can see it now in my head.
You can see it. I didn't realize they had done this. In June, they changed and they shrunk it from 52 ounces to 46 ounces. Now, they claim they lowered the price, but people, A, thought they were being hoodooed by shrinkflation. But B, the bottle itself, they think, drew eyes and people grabbed the Tropicana bottle.
It's a sexy neck.
I agreed.
You can grab it by the neck and pour. Or, if no one's watching, drink right there at the fridge.
Right out of the bottle. Right out of the bottle. That's a sexy neck.
That's a sexy neck.
And it is
it's like Charlize Theron.
That's a sexy neck.
They've taken the neck away.
They have.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What they've done is it's all bottle, and there's no neck where you used to be able to grab that neck and turn it up.
Turn it up.
You can't anymore.
I saw the comparison, and the experts are saying that it was pleasing to the eye, and
it's not as grip friendly.
But you're telling me that it's cost them 20% of their business?
They said that their sales are down 20% since June as a direct effect of changing the bottle.
But you have to see if other sales of orange juice went down or went up because of this.
It's a good question. And I don't know the answer. But I wonder also if it just is a bad time for orange juice just because it's fairly expensive or whatever,
maybe.
But they say that they blame the bottle change on, for that. Here, I have a picture of each.
Of the new bottle?
Yeah.
I've not seen. I don't buy a lot of orange juice anymore.
So they're I'm showing it to Chris Demm on the left.
I know the sexy neck on the left.
And on the right, there's no neck.
Well, I mean, it's much more squat.
Smaller. Yep.
I think that really plays a role, though.
The look of the packaging.
So you're going to walk
100%.
past that and buy Florida's Natural?
Well,
or Minute Maid?
Because I think it has that much more appealing neck look.
Do they have
believe
necks?
it.
Well, I think subconscious because I don't care what brand orange juice I buy.
You don't?
No.
We do. Did.
What do you?
We used to drink Florida's Natural back when we drank orange juice.
Florida, I would buy Minute Maid or Florida Natural or Tropicana, and I really didn't care. But now, we were the Tropicana.
You were Trop 50.
Trop 50. Yeah, we did that because we wanted a lower sugar.
And then you lied to your kids and put water in it, cut even that.
Yeah, I did.
Made it Trop 25.
Correct.
And I don't think as much. I think they're giving too much credit to shrinkflation.
You do.
I don't think anyone would notice that 6 ounces if it was in the same bottle.
Well, they said they lowered the price also, so there really isn't shrinkflation going on there. But people are.
Yeah,
they get their they get up. I saw that.
Is it easier to ship these squat bottles?
Lower price for the bottle and
less plastic.
Less plastic, and they couch that as better for the environment. But I'm sure it really is cheaper to ship. I was inside the numbers on toilet paper.
Are we done with orange juice?
Well, this is shrinkflation. You know that gets my hackles up. Shrinkflation.
Yeah.
I started noticing. I used to have a partner in this. We would talk about this.
Yeah, it's just not the same. I blame Kamala.
Well,
thanks a lot, Kamala.
You're right to do so.
Yeah, this Harris-Biden economy.
And I used to have a guy,
Dave's not here,
who would say to me, "You're right as rain on ice cream, potato chips, pudding, everything."
Y'all could do 10 minutes on shrinkflation.
I went inside the numbers on toilet paper, and Angel Soft has gone down from 2019 to this year. They used to have 429 individual sheets per roll of toilet paper. It went from 429 to 320. And the price has dropped, but only by $1. And so what they say is, look, lower price, but really you're losing, that's a quarter of your toilet paper.
Yeah.
That's 100 sheets of toilet paper, and they've only dropped the price by $1. So really per sheet, you're paying way more. You don't think I'm into that? I am into that.
Well, I mean, is that across the board and across the industry, or just the one brand?
That was the example used when they're saying shrinkflation is affecting toilet paper as much or more than anything else. And so basically you're paying 22 cents per square versus you used to pay 19 cents per square. And that is a 13% increase in price, even though the price is actually lower per roll or per 6-pack of toilet paper. Another trick is some stores, they price it per 100 sheets versus whole roll. So it looks like so when you see the price, it looks like it's not that big a difference, but it is. So anyway, that's how shrinkflation is getting. The
demand for toilet paper. You don't need orange juice. You need toilet paper.
You'll have to have. I wonder, I should probably tell my kids to use less toilet paper, and I'm guilty of that too. I'll take a lot of toilet paper and use it. I'm a back to fronter.
We know.
And sometimes I'll do even this is too inside, but I'll do like an extra wipe when I really should be done, And I think that might have led to my PRI, some of it.
Scratching the surface too much.
Yeah. I hate to say, but I think that's probably true.
Well, I can't verify this, but I've heard tales, stand-up comics, women in show business, women friends, who will say that when it's time to go, you use the bathroom, urinate. Yeah. Simple. Yeah. They'll wrap 50 sheets of paper around their hand, like make a mitten out of it.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
What are you going to do?
Listen, my friend Brian Thomas and I compared this when we were like 14 years old, and somehow we got onto when we wiped, and he said, "You do wrap it around like a mitten, don't you?" And I said, "Of course."
Did he call it an Essen mitten?
Yeah, he called. Yes, he did.
It sounds fun when you say it, but we can't.
Yeah, of course. And he goes, "You do make a mitten, don't you?" And I said, "Well, of course I do," but I didn't know what he was talking about. I just balled it up. I was a ball up person.
Were you a folder or a crumpler?
Crumpler. And he told me.
But I mean, wrap it around like both.
He did
sides.
He told me he wrapped it around like you're talking about, like a mitten. And I was a crumpler, but didn't dare admit it to him because he said these crumplers. They're nasty. And I was like, yeah, they are. But
yeah.
Secretly, I was a crumpler and a back to fronter. And I bet he's a front to backer, like most people appear to be.
Yeah.
Chris Demm calls me the St. Louis Arch.
Because you're sticking your head down through that big archway.
I only know one other back to fronter, and he's upstairs here.
Yeah, you'll sit next to him today.
We have private conversations about this, about being back to fronters. That's true. The other retail news, food, KitKat will do something this Christmas they've never done before. They are shaping Kit Kats like Santa Claus. It's the first time ever you can get a Kit Kat other than the regular rectangular shape.
You know, and KitKat went pretty wild on flavors. I noticed over Halloween. They're really putting themselves out there now.
Yeah, they're trying to get out.
Like what they do?
It's like marshmallow, like a white Kit Kat that was supposed to be like a zombie, and there was a green witch, but it was very different.
They've done mint chocolate a few times, but this is, and they had an orange one for Halloween. But this time it is actually shaped like Santa during the month of December, and that is the first time you'll ever see a Kit Kat in anything other than the traditional rectangular shape.
Break-off piece style.
So the guy yesterday that I saw, this is retail related, they were talking about on the news, it was some expert, one like John LaPook, but it wasn't him, about how to, they're talking about the picture of Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. in the plane where they were having McDonald's. And the question was, okay, how do we get people to stop eating these fast food and super saturated, or what do they call them?
Super processed?
Super processed foods. And he said you have to do exactly what you did to cigarettes, which is tax them through the roof, make them unaffordable. But I thought, is that even feasible in the United States? I mean, if McDonald's is taxed through the roof where it's unaffordable, they're going to start going out of business. Or
it's the people like it because it tastes good and it is affordable.
Exactly.
And it's easy to get to.
But what the expert was saying, make it so salads and blueberries are more affordable than that stuff. So lower the price of that. Don't tax it, but tax super processed foods like you did cigarettes. So it's so that when you're looking at it, I'll buy a banana or an apple instead.
I don't see that working in this economy.
Very difficult. I would think that's really difficult. I think the reason cigarettes, their purchases were low. Now, the taxing is one thing, but I think the reason cigarettes aren't bought nearly like they used to be is because of secondhand smoke, and so you can no longer do it in bars or restaurants, or really anywhere. I mean, you
got to eat. You don't have to smoke.
And whatever I eat doesn't affect you. If I smoke a cigarette, you're getting secondhand smoke. If I'm eating a Big Mac, it doesn't affect you at all. So I don't think that's right. I don't believe. But then he said, okay, but you don't have to be a super processed food. For instance, Doritos could make their Doritos with more natural ingredients, and they wouldn't be a super processed food anymore.
But they wouldn't last 5 days, right?
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
You couldn't keep a bag for a week.
No,
10
you
days.
can't. That's right. So that's what he was saying. Is use more natural ingredients. There's a big lawsuit right now. Kraft Heinz over additives. Apparently, their mac and cheese they say is all natural now, and there's a class action lawsuit saying no, it's not. It's got all sorts of stuff still in it. And it's gone up the chain.
This is not a good week to be after mac and cheese.
No, right. That's
right. But
this close to Thanksgiving,
right? Yeah.
And they always try to do this stuff where it says, "Oh, it's not," but it's the way they certain things in there. I bet they'll say, "Well, this ingredient sounds like it's not, but it is quote unquote natural."
Natural.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are called natural just because it's some type, they're derived from a natural product.
They say no artificial flavors, preservatives, or dyes in our macaroni and cheese. But now there's a class action lawsuit in Illinois saying, yes, there are dyes in your food.
Do you think this is this worth bringing up with our attorney?
I think
so.
Or
is this a pissant lawsuit?
Well, it may be a pissant lawsuit, but
like a Subway footlong guy.
I think this is more important because of
our Arby's sandwiches don't look like Arby's sandwiches.
But I always fight for the people who are saying,
yeah,
she calls me the pissant lawyer. That's how that's one of the flavorings, pissant.
I didn't put this here. Oh yes.
One judge ruled in favor of Kraft, and they took it to the next level, and the next judge ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. So maybe we should see what Lisa Lanier says about this. One of the ingredients is sodium phosphate, which they say that can cause serious kidney damage over time.
I've heard that one before.
And it is in the Kraft macaroni and cheese. And they're saying you could take that out. And they pledged to take it out a while back. Remember the color was supposed to change? It went from that orange color, but it hasn't that I know of. We still eat Kraft macaroni and cheese from time to time with the flavor pouch.
Oh, yeah.
My children love the flavor pouch.
You ever just leave the pouch in? Just cook it with the pouch?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can do that. Yeah,
don't even open the bag.
Just boil it.
It's just fine. It's made of sodium phosphate.
Make the bag biodegradable.
Yes. It just
toss it all in.
Just drop the bag in it and cook it right there, and the cheese just all of a sudden becomes part of the macaroni. There was a guy at McDonald's that went viral here. A woman videotaped her interaction. She was going through the drive-thru, and the guy with the headset had gone to the bathroom. and had not left it with any other people to take the order.
You're admitting to a customer. You're in the bathroom.
I'm in the bathroom.
So I can't order a small fry.
You had to wait 10 minutes. I have to pee.
So can I just wait for you to get
Miss.
No, you're telling a customer through the headphone set that you're in the toilet.
We're not taking orders at the moment, ma'am.
Because you're on the toilet.
I have to pee. How can I take an order if I'm in the bathroom?
This is a bit much for me.
I'm not entitled to go to the bathroom because you want a small fry?
Now, that's all she wanted, by the way, was a small fry. I question this.
Yeah, really. That's
It's like a setup.
big time.
Are they both in on it?
Yeah, yes, because otherwise, don't you give your... I mean, isn't there somebody else, if you go to the bathroom, that can take the order? Of course.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you go sometimes...
tap out.
Yeah, you got to tap. I got to give here's your headphone. Don't you think?
I can't hold it any longer, Johnny.
I mean, you know.
Well, and it depends. If you go in the middle of the night, there only maybe, if it's a 24-hour, maybe 2 people working. Because I have been in the middle of the night and pulled up to a sign that says, you know, we're not good for 30 minutes. Sorry.
Have you really?
Yeah. It's like closed for 30 minutes.
Do you reevaluate your own life at that point, Biggie?
Yeah. I mean,
I
Do you think to yourself, all right, I'll wait.
yeah.
All right, half hour. Yeah, okay, I'll do
Worth
it.
it.
And sometimes it's just because they have to do like a computer changeover. I have never seen, and I don't believe for a minute
I don't
that
either.
anyone would be that honest. I would hope not. Like, I'm in the bathroom. I'm the only one with a headset.
Plus, that's unappetizing. Now the guy, he's coming out. Even if you wait 5 minutes, he comes out. I mean, you assume he's washed his hands, but I don't want him. I just don't want the idea. And of course, everybody uses the bathroom. I just don't want the idea of, oh, he was just in the bathroom. Now he's making my fries.
And I don't think anyone would be chuckling along like she is.
I know that's a really. I felt like that was a setup that she
time.
wanted to go viral.
Oh, I think the two of them together
cooked it up.
Yeah.
Because I have.
Did they name the restaurant? Did they name the city?
No, they didn't say. So that's another reason. You know, they didn't want him to get in trouble.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah.
It just was out there online. The only time we had a colleague who was going to Hardee's once to get us biscuits in the morning, and she pulled up.
Yes.
Remember that? She pulled up to the Hardee's.
They were open.
They were open. Now, they open either 24 hours. They were open.
I think it was a 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. open.
Yes. And she got there right as it opened, like 5:30 a.m., and she's there at 5:35. And when she pulled to the window, they said, man, we ain't even got it together. She told us.
Not today.
Yeah.
Not today. She goes, well, I wanted 4 biscuits. We ain't got it together.
No. There's a Bojangles about 2 miles from here.
Why don't you go there?
Yeah.
Maybe they got it together. Yeah, but I'm late for work. We ain't gonna be able to.
Well,
we
no biscuits for you.
ain't gonna help you, nice lady. Remember that? That's what they said. They said, nice lady, we ain't got it together. We just, at least it was honest. There was pure honesty in that.
Complete and utter honesty.
Also, this is Retail Roundup. One more. Study says that you can save $700 a year by going vegan. If you get no meats, no milk products, no cheeses, you would save $700 a year on your grocery bill. Low-fat vegan diet cuts food costs by up to 19% by getting rid of dairy and animal products.
God, cut somewhere else. That's not enough to make a difference.
I know.
Drop a streaming service. Keep eating meat.
That's about the same. Well, let's see. A streaming service is, well, that's less. That's going to be like $200.
Yeah, but the misery.
Yeah, misery index is high on that.
Yeah.
Chris Demm saw tofurkey for the Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
holiday.
right up front.
Right up front now.
At the grocery last week.
The tofurkey is out and fully and ready to
Not
go.
next year.
No.
Enjoy this Thanksgiving, folk. Tofurkey's right out the door in 2025.
Really, Robert Kennedy Jr. and Trump are like dichotomies because Kennedy is saying all this food that we're eating is killing us. Then they just, he was like kind of forced to have that McDonald's.
Yeah,
Or was he?
one of my favorite line was, it's like you have to prove that he's not an undercover cop, he has to get high in front of you.
Yeah. Seriously.
But he's saying that our food is full of poison. And
Well,
like
there's a lot
Trump eats nothing but KFC and McDonald's.
Well, there's a lot of like food people online who are very upset by that photo because they really
believed in him
and believe that he will make real differences.
I think the photo would have been much better if he was having a salad. If everybody else was eating Big Macs and chicken nuggets and but his face,
He's sheepishly holding his burger.
his face is like, oh God.
Yeah.
That is a great analogy about you got to get high with us.
100%.